Previously on the next Titan.
The shocking exit of the Bishop, Tanya Williams, leaves everyone stunned as they try to pick the pieces together and move on. Tonight, the top 10 contestants together one last time. One will be saved, two will be heading home. A brand new Briscoe Ford Focus, 5 million Naira, and outstanding business support from world-class mentors. It's gonna be non-stop action tonight on the next Titan.
Being an entrepreneur is not a job, it's a lifestyle. What defines you? Hi, I'm Matilda Obaseki. Now, if you've been following us on the show, you will agree with me that it's been an absolutely fantastic journey. Our aspiring titans are making us proud, and all I can say is, wow, well done, guys. Now, the seriousness of the show has brought casualties, and already our top 10 contenders have emerged. But as you know, on this show, anything is possible. Last week, we witnessed the very shocking exit of the Bishop himself, Tanya Williams, from the Academy. And then the trio of Tobechi, Lola, and Chidima found themselves on the eviction list. Wow. And now it's on to the showdown of the top 10. But tonight, right here in the boardroom, the judges are going to be saving one person and the other two will be going home. That's tough. But like we say, the show must go on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next Titan.
The next Titan is brought to you by MTN Business in association with IEI and Peak.
I was told I'd be meeting a group. Where is everyone?
This is the group.
You're the team providing us access to the largest network infrastructure nationwide?
Yes, sir.
And you're also behind the undersea cable that delivers superior international bandwidth to Africa?
Indeed, we are.
And that's impressive ultra-modern data center?
Yes, that's it.
The broadest range of business communication and cloud-based solutions?
That's correct.
And you've got access to expertise in 21 markets in Africa and the Middle East?
Absolutely.
And all this from you? We should do more business.
Think transformation. Think MTN Business.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Milk is richly packed with essential micronutrients, so more milk means more brain power. Make sure you drink milk every day. Brought to you by Peak. Milk is richly packed with essential micronutrients, so more milk means more brain power. Make sure you drink milk every day. Brought to you by Peak.
Being Nigeria's West Africa's foremost energy sector insurer, IEI knows a thing or two. With annual oil revenue of $40 billion touching every facet of life, Africa's most populous nation can rest assured she's on a sound platform, covering all your best intentions. IEI, the energy to care. Being Nigeria's West Africa's foremost energy sector insurer, IEI knows a thing or two. With annual oil revenue of $40 billion touching every facet of life, Africa's most populous nation can rest assured she's on a sound platform, covering all your best intentions. IEI, the energy to care.
Ten more challengers, but only one prize. The battle that started about 10 weeks ago has seen 6 down, leaving these heroic 10. Today, they are considered the top 10, but what lies ahead in the competition is probably tougher than what they prepared for. The higher you get close to the prize, the more burdensome the obstacles. From now on, it's a challenge like no other. A battle for cash and honor. The race to the finish is on, and today the top 10 finalists have a lot to say moving forward in this competition. We explore various aspects of the show through the eyes of the top 10 finalists. From their perceptions of the dreaded boardroom to their various strategies in getting to the finale. Similarly, the remaining 10 are not oblivious who are the fiercest competition. The boardroom, located at the prestigious Oriental Hotel, is a mystified arena. To our contestants, it's one family reunion that, if possible, they don't want to attend.
Inside the boardroom is like this HIV test place where you are sitting outside and really you don't know what will be the result.
We noticed that something irregular happens within a space of 4 hours.
We did not at all spend our money to buy any YouTube or Twitter followers.
So you come in happy, but you enter that boardroom. That boardroom is another, it's like hellfire.
She was the one that came up with the idea that she knew the market. And apparently when we got there, she didn't know the market.
She is the project manager. I only suggest. She has the final say. In the next Titan Academy, you don't think about 3 or 4 weeks. You think day by day. I just leave from one boardroom to the next boardroom. And then you breathe a sigh of relief.
Coming out of the boardroom unhurt is the wish of all our contestants, because that way, you are at least saved for another week. To make it to the final boardroom of the season, various strategies are in the minds of our finalists, from the very simple to the most complex.
Initially, when this whole game, or it dawned on me that this show is actually a game, quote unquote, sincerely, I didn't have a trump card, I didn't have a strategy. I just felt, oh, yeah, I still couldn't separate emotions, attachments to persons from the task and the game. But after the last boardroom, right, where I actually got picked and
of nominates Chidima.
But right now, I've re-strategized and I have a strategy. If I do cross that line, I'll be as real as possible.
I don't have any strategy. I don't have any trump card. It's just being me and being myself. And it's just, for me, it's as simple as that.
My strategy overall is being myself and not forgetting why I am here. That's it.
To be a relevant key player on any team that I find myself working in, because that way, if it ever came down to losing a task, it would be difficult to pull me up because everyone on the team would know that I was a very, very key player.
Right now, it's an open game, judging from comments by our top finalists. In spite of that, each man or woman remaining in the competition has already marked down those they consider the fiercest competitors.
The show is unpredictable. You know, if you've noticed, it's unpredictable. You just say, this person will make the last one, all of a sudden, is evicted. That's a reality show, for God's sake. For me, I'll pick Tinu, myself, maybe Irogama. You know, because sometimes those people you feel that, oh, they're all strong and all that, you know, they might be knocked out or we don't know. But then lastly, Jubril.
Irogama is a very strong contestant. Ayadoba Chuks is a strong contender. There is also Tinu-Ade. Tinu-Ade is very smart.
I think Zion would be in the top 4. I think Iro would be in the top 4. I think Tinu would be in the top 4. Maybe Jubril.
Tinu, Iro, Jubril, or Tunji.
and possibly chooks.
I think we might see a few shockers from the less obvious. So I would say Lola, Iro, and Emeka, and Tunji.
The competition is heating up and the contestants are already feeling the heat. Will they bend or break under the pressure? Only the next few weeks will tell.
They are graduates, armed with college degrees and certificates. But are these enough to survive in the world of business? The Next Titan. Not just a game, but a most grueling exercise that sees budding entrepreneurs competing in order to earn support and investments for their dream business. Who will flourish and who will perish? Who gets the 5 million Naira cash injection to become Nigeria's next Titan? Vote for a favorite contestant. Send Titan space name a favorite contestant to 33352.
To vote for me, people, simply text Titan space Tunji to 33352. Thank you, people.
It's Titan space Zion to 33352. Thank you.
Titan space Chidima to 33352. Thank you.
It's Titan space Tobechi to 33352. Thank you.
A somber air hangs on the Titan Academy at the beginning of this week. Every eviction interrupts the delicate balance of life and work in the house, bringing an abrupt end to budding alliances and other possibilities, just like it did with Williams's eviction.
The last person I had in mind that would be evicted just made me understand that at this point of the competition, it's just who God decides that will win, that will win.
Oti coming out, opening that door, I was like, I saw the expression on his face was that of a laughter, like, okay. I was like, okay, maybe he has been saved. Maybe those that have been saved are coming out one by one. Then he started shaking. I was like, man, I've been evicted. I've been asked to go. I was like, what?
At no point whatsoever did I ever think that Otonye would be the person to leave.
Even before leaving the house, he had this confidence that, oh, I'm coming back home. So he didn't really pack his stuffs. He just went with a few stuffs in his bag.
I actually thought he was kidding at first, but then I saw him grab his bag. And I think I was speechless for a few minutes because I didn't see that one coming. Nobody saw that one coming.
The contestants are not their usual chirpy selves this morning. Everyone seems ready to just get on with this week's assignment. And it arrives soon enough. Juma Jubril reads to all present.
Oh, tax 8. Tax 8 has arrived. Sorry, I need to change it. Guys, yellow everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Listen, don't let the trauma of eviction get to you. This is only a contest. Some will go home, some will go all the way. One contestant will win. Tax 8. MTN, the lead sponsor of our show, The Next Titan, has invited the Academy to perform a task, marketing and selling that wonderful service they call e-presence. Contestants are expected to present go-to-market plan. What MTN is expecting to get from this plan are as follows: marketing plan, sales plan, revenue projection for 2 years. You'll be split into 2 groups using our usual technique. Please note that those on eviction row cannot be team leaders. Have a great week and see you all at the boardroom. Your Titan Academy judges.
The routine endeavor of team leader selection meets with artful dodges from everyone. No one wants to touch the position of project manager, not even with a long stick. As most of them now realize, to be the leader of a losing team can be a very unpleasant experience.
Let's do the team leaders. From what the tax letter said here, the 3 people who are up for eviction cannot be. So everybody here is up to be a team leader. Can we nominate our team leaders, 2 not team leaders?
Yeah, starting with you now.
I nominate Ira and Tinu.
I'm going to punch you. The
next person. I nominate Irogama and Emeka.
So, it's Iro and Jibril.
At the end of the first round of voting, Irogama is chosen to lead. But she flatly turns it down.
I turned down that nomination, sorry.
No, you don't have the part to turn down.
You
have the right to turn down.
I'm not going to go forward. I'm taking my drugs. I'm not meant to fall down.
I don't think Jibril wasted too much time. It's not valid.
Finally, two leaders step forward, putting themselves on the front line on behalf of the others. Juma Jubril and Tinuade Olariwaju. This is a product relaunch assignment. Both teams are to develop a go-to-market plan for MTN's B2B product, MTN ePresence. It's 10 a.m. and the two teams are setting out for another battle. Literally, two ships have set sail again, and they will have only 4 days aside to determine who sails to coast. The time starts now.
Are you experiencing gaps in communicating with your target audience? Those gaps can be plugged perfectly using mobile advertising. Okay, so why MTN mobile ads? Because the mobile phone has become the world's most personal device, and individuals are more exposed to their phones than they are to a TV set. 93% of all text messages are viewed within the first 10 minutes, because at least 1 in every 2 mobile phone users in Nigeria uses an MTN line. Because the impact of every advertising campaign message is easy to track, the cost of advertising is lower. Campaigns are not just only more consumer effective, but also cost effective. And with MTN mobile ads, reports will be generated and shared with advertisers and can be very useful in planning future marketing campaigns and other operational activities like consumer rewards, product development, and modifications. Why spend more to reach 10,000 people who may not want your product when you can spend less to reach 10 million people who you are absolutely sure will be interested? MTN mobile ads, the definition of precision marketing. For more information, send an email to mtnbusiness@mtnnigeria.net or visit www.mtnbusiness.com.ng.
It's 12 noon and still the first day on this task. The two teams are now seated at MTN office, waiting to be further briefed about this task and other product details by MTN business officials. Show host Matilda does the introductions and the briefing commences.
Welcome to MTN, first of all. Your task is about MTN. You're here today to listen to officials from MTN to enlighten you more about what your task is about. Listen attentively, ask questions after they're done.
My name is Alexander Ibere. I am responsible for brands and communications for MTN Business. Now, for this week's task, we want you to relaunch this product. Imagine you are taking this product to market again. And then at the end of the week, we'll be looking at what you present to us and evaluating therefrom. So again, it's a campaign plan, which will tell us what the product is, who it is targeted at, what's unique about the product, how it differentiates itself from other products in the market, and how you want to take it to market.
Today is a day of strategy for both teams. They have adopted new names for their companies in developing their go-to-market plan for MTN ePresence. iMedia, led by Jubril, and Eagle Media, led by Tinu. For Eagle Media, it's a gathering of familiar faces as Tinuade, Irogama, and Chooks reunite to attempt another winning week at the boardroom.
The way VIP we're using to project value image professionalism, could we coin another acronym that will be business related? So that V, could it stand for virtual meeting?
I think we have to find a way to tailor everybody's needs. It's probably going to be fluctuating between the corporate image, portraying the government, and convenience of not having to fly down 6 people.
Judging by antecedents, the combination of Irogama and 27-year-old Tinuade on any team is like a lethal weapon, always capable of spelling disaster to the opposing team. Ebuka is self-satisfied. He has never lost a task, and he says he's got a strategy.
That was the 7th task for me. I had not lost any. And they keep asking, how do I do it, or how has it been possible? I don't intend to lose any task till I win the 5 million.
But Emeka feels that Ebuka has simply been lucky.
He's been very lucky. He hasn't been tested properly. He's lucky to have been on the winning team every week. He had never failed a task. He had been opportune to be in a team where there are other strong people who would basically do most of the job for him while he sits back and enjoy the win.
Over at iMedia, Jibril gets his team ready for action. At this stage, though, they seem uncoordinated. While this is not a sales task, it's important for Jibril and his team to get their act in order. For two team members, Lola and Tobechi, being on the eviction list makes them unhappy and a little bit laid back in their approach to things. Discussions continue through the day. Following this, Jibril and his team head to Samsung, Nigeria, where they try to secure some interest in the MTN ePresence service.
Have you ever used a video chat or video conference tool or application?
The key advantage you have for video conference over phone interviews is the fact you can sort of encounter the candidate as well. You can see the gesticulations, you can feel the candidate's face, you can hear the candidate's voice, you can begin to read the candidate's mind from the way he or she reacts at the time where you are asking the questions.
Today, Tino and her team are on their way to shoot their TV commercial, which they need to pitch to the client. They proceed to the offices of MTN, one of the locations where the ePresence soft and hardware are domiciled.
Yeah, as if you're handing it over to me.
Jibril and his bunch, on the other hand, head to Protea, the other hub of the MTN ePresence service, for a look-in.
This is for communicating with the person to third person, mute and unmute tips.
But it wasn't all work this week. The housemates come together to celebrate a momentous event. It's Tino Ade's birthday. She is celebrated with some cake and dancing. It's the last day of this week's assignment, and both teams put their talents to the task again with radio jingles. This would be their third task involving advertising, and they're getting quite good at it.
Mr. Peter, how are you? I'm surprised to see you here today. I thought you had business engagement in Port Harcourt and Abuja today. Or was it China?
We're just trying to do a radio jingle that communicates the features of ePresence. Action.
Morning, Tola. Have you booked my flight to Abuja for the monthly staff meeting?
The two teams are excited about winning this task. In a game where everyone is looking over their shoulder and trying to ensure they survive for just another week, two very strong contenders, Tino and Naira, are not even thinking about eviction at this stage in the competition. In fact, they've never given it a thought.
That's not in my head at all. The option of losing at this stage, no, that's not in my head. I haven't even thought about it.
I'm not even thinking about it because, well, like you said, hypothetically speaking, if I was to be evicted, it will come as a shock because, you know, I have definitely put in a lot. I've brought a lot to this competition. For the fact that I have not lost a task since my first task says a lot, you know, for my record.
For Emeka, he doesn't seem to have much faith in Jibril's leadership.
The project manager has failed for me in his duties. Instead of taking people's ideas and using them and maybe evaluating them properly, he just sits back and say, okay, that one, no, that one, yes, that one, no. I think that's a bit too tyrannical.
Task execution has ended. Now it's time for weigh-in.
vote for a favorite contestant, send Titan space name a favorite contestant to 33352.
Please text Titan space Irogama to 33352. Thank you.
To vote for me, text Titan space LOLA to 33352. Thank you.
Text Titan space Chooks to 33352. Thank you very much.
Coming up on the next Titan, it's serious business at the boardroom. One will be saved, another two will be forced to quit.
I felt both the presentations verbally were awful, dreadful. I fell asleep during yours. You just kept me amused. I'm sorry, I just didn't like them.
That's coming up next. Arriving at the boardroom every week is a big deal for the aspiring Titans. Making your presentation to the board is something of a trial. Host Matilda brings everyone up to speed on what to expect tonight.
Congratulations, guys. You made it to top 10. Please give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it. Okay, 3 people are on eviction road tonight. Tobechi, Lola, and Chidinma. 2 of you will be leaving us tonight for good. Good luck.
To critique the performances tonight are, as usual, Judge Kiari Buka, Tony Cole, the ruthless Chris Parks, and Dr. Jumoke Oduwale. Also on seat is Tayo Egunjobi, Manager Business Segment Marketing, MTN.
Mr. Buka, this belongs to you.
Thank you, Matilda.
You're welcome.
Tinu and Juma, right? You guys are the project managers for this week's task. How was it? Without revealing too much. I think I bumped into one of you. So how was it?
Interesting. It was interesting. It was educative and it was an interesting experience. This is the first time for most of us creating a go-to-market plan, so it was really, really, really interesting.
Right, Tina?
Yes, the same thing. Because we had a very unique product to sell with a different kind of clientele than what we're normally used to. We had to stretch ourselves to
Right.
something.
All right. In our midst, our friend from MTN, who is going to be part of the critical decision-making for this week's task. But we are quickly going to go to the eviction process. Just to jog your memories, we have Chidinma, Lola, and Tobechi. Doctor.
Tobechi, Chidinma, and Lola.
Anything can happen in the boardroom. Given the massive votes that came in from viewers wanting to keep their favorite contestants within the past week, the judges are relaxing their rule tonight by granting the wishes of our precious viewers. So rather than kicking out 2 as earlier announced, only 1 candidate will be let go tonight.
I was told I'd be meeting a group. Where is everyone?
This is the group.
You're the team providing us access to the largest network infrastructure nationwide?
Yes, sir.
And you're also behind the undersea cable that delivers superior international bandwidth to Africa?
Indeed, we are.
And that's the impressive ultra-modern data center?
Yes, that's it.
The broadest range of business communication and cloud-based solutions?
That's correct.
And you've got access to expertise in 21 markets in Africa and the Middle East?
Absolutely.
And all this from you? We should do more business.
Think transformation. Think MTN Business.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Milk is richly packed with essential micronutrients, so more milk means more brain power. Make sure you drink milk every day. Brought to you by Peak. Milk is richly packed with essential micronutrients, so more milk means more brain power. Make sure you drink milk every day. Brought to you by Peak.
One candidate has been saved by the viewers, and that's Tobechi.
Tobechi, now officially the cat with 9 lives, escapes eviction once again, and he's safe. This leaves Lola OJ and Chidema in the lurch. One of them will be saved by the judges, and the other will be evicted. In a departure from the usual, Judge Booker steers everyone away from the present ordeal and goes into the business of the day.
What we are going to do is that we will keep that, let that wait. And since we have your tasks, I would want us to go on with the show. Before I go on, since our friend from MTN is part of this discussion,
I'm happy to be here.
Great.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Now for the presentation.
We're asked to develop a go-to-market plan for MTN Business's products called the MTN ePresence. We identified that there are 3 categories of competition right now. However, MTN's ePresence is quite unique by itself. Its unique selling point at the fact that it has a public room. Now, going on to the cost of this product, we realize if you look at the graphical representation there, MTN ePresence charges 40,000 Naira per hour per location, and the nearest competitor is Skype and WebEx. They charge approximately 5,000 Naira per month. Now we realize that this marked difference in price puts it in a special category by itself, and then that influenced our marketing theme and our concepts. Think VIP, value, image, and professionalism.
Now the product is the MTN ePresence public room service, which is a premium high-definition video conferencing solution. So from the output of our empathy maps and our customer insight surveys, we were guided to use the 5-finger strategy to place the power of in-person video conferencing in the hands of our potential customers. So we use a mix of above-the-line and below-the-line advertising channels to create an integrated through-the-line marketing campaign using traditional broadcast medium, online presence, print and outdoor, direct marketing, and most importantly, referrals. Our message is very unique to the customer. It's delivered in clear, concise English, and it comes from the customer testimonial angle. This is when the customer who has experienced the product is selling his experience with the product. This is more unique, so this relates better to the customer out there, because the customer who has experienced the product is now telling them, this is my own experience with the products. Now, our communication is the same across all media, highlighting the fact that our theme is the same across all media.
Thank you so much. I'll start with Tonya.
Okay. Some points that I tried to pick up as you were making your presentations. I'll start from you, and then I'll move to Eagle Eye. I was surprised that you were a bit nervous today. I had actually looked forward to your presentation because I believe somewhat that this would be within your skill set, within your background. So I was actually looking forward. I wanted to hear you sell this product to me, specifically. But I struggled to catch the sale pitch. So I asked myself, would I buy the product based on the presentation? For some reason, maybe because you were nervous, it didn't come across like that. Now, going to Eagle Eye, there's a target market that again was missed. If people are going to move and they're going to leave their offices to sit down in this place, one particular group of people will not move. You use the cost as one of the criteria for where you are selecting your market from. And the cost of the product today, because it's the only product, that market that you are selecting, most of them would not move from their office. I wouldn't move from my office. Rather, I would ask for MTN to come and set it up in my office. And it was something that you missed. And so I was hoping that you will find somewhere to show that you understood the product and understood who you were targeting and who you were selling to. And you both missed it. The final thing was that I was trying hard to understand the marketing strategy from all of you. Both of you somehow lost me in that entire strategy because I wanted to be sold. I really wanted to be sold. I didn't get that. That's my take. Very difficult.
Thank you. Quite comprehensive. Chris.
A couple of things. The presentations on both of you. I felt both the presentations verbally were awful, dreadful. Public room service, is that what you really call it? No, I'm curious, or is it something they came up with?
It's just called the MTN process.
Okay, I'll move on then. Target customer business, the focus. Your target customers focus on business. It's been said before, you're not focusing on business. You're getting too emotive about it. You didn't mention price at all. I liked your business lifestyle, that line when you use business lifestyle. That's what it is. Getting into a habit, a new lifestyle. I like it. That was smack on for me. That's all I have to say on it.
Thank you, Chris. Doctor?
I think most of it has been said. Yeah, I think I'll just concur and hold my peace.
Great.
For now.
Before I go to the MTN friend, I want to also add a few things. I think it's well said by my fellow judges. It looks to me like we had an opportunity of product extension that we kind of missed out of, which is what Tanya was actually stretching, because it appears that most of you are fixated on individuals rather than businesses, even though you guys did a better job of addressing it towards businesses. But if you are reaching out to larger corporations, CEOs, executive directors, I think it would be difficult for them to get out of Marina or VI or Apapa to travel to wherever that location is. It's better for them, if it is worth a couple of million, for them to actually have it installed in their conference room. But having said that, I think overall, your presentations were quite great. Report presentations, in-person presentations. Today, you guys either have fatigued or something. Something is just not quite out. Yes, please, your own analysis.
Well, for first timers, I think they deserve a round of applause.
Great.
Yes. And then I must confess, this is a bit of it's a unique product. It's innovative. It's a bit of a hard sell. Having said that, I think what I liked best about Eagle Eye's presentation was the fact that they had come up with a marketing concept around the product. So you said, think VIP, and I think that brings it out. iMedia, I love your jingle, your commercial, especially the fact that you also had a call to action after each of your commercials, something you left out in yours. It's hard to, I think the error that lots of people make most times is to have a good advert out there and then you don't give a call to action at the end of it. So I think that's a positive on your side. And I see that you guys did quite a bit of research, which is pretty brilliant given the short time you had to put this together. I think that's it for me. You've done pretty well. You didn't quite hit the target market, but I give you credit for the work you've done.
Wonderful.
The judges are unanimous that tonight's presentations by both teams didn't quite hit the mark, but no one is sure what the final decision would be.
After the analysis, I will ask the MTN friend to name the winning team.
Wow. It's a bit of a tough one here. But I must say that having listened to you both, Eagle Eye has done very well today, and I'll say they're the winning team.
Eagle Eye, you're the winners.
And so there it is. The team with a trio of Tinoade, Irogama, and Chooks wins again. For that, they will get a special treat as the usual reward for successfully sailing their sheep to coast.
How fast can your business respond to global opportunities? Can you spot an opening in New York and take immediate action? Or inspect a new Japanese prototype and appreciate its potential? Or even take an immediate position on the latest oil prices? Without even leaving your office.
Go global in an instant. Meet and seal deals across the globe from your office with MTN ePresence. Simply visit mtnbusiness.com.ng to experience it.
Let's do this.
MTN ePresence. It's just like being there.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Milk is richly packed with essential micronutrients, so more milk means more brain power. Make sure you drink milk every day. Brought to you by Peak. Milk is richly packed with essential micronutrients, so more milk means more brain power. Make sure you drink milk every day. Brought to you by Peak.
If you own a home, you deserve peace of mind. That's why IEI's home care policy covers both your house and the valuable items that you have inside. At IEI, we start by giving you this set of equipment for free to help you tackle minor domestic mishaps. However, if any of these perils should befall your home, we'll step in and relocate you to an alternative accommodation for as long as 6 months while we put your house and those valuable items of yours back the way they were. Now, how about that? Home care from IEI. The energy to care.
Vote for a favorite contestant. Send Titan space name a favorite contestant to 33352.
Text Titan space Tinoade to 33352 and get everyone to do it too. Thank you.
To vote for me, please text Titan space Jibril to 33352. Thank you.
Please vote by texting Titan space Emeka to 33352. Thank you.
Now it's time for us to save one candidate from task 7. So I'll give the 2 remaining candidates 30 seconds each to convince the judges to save you. Chidima.
Okay, I think I'll start with the goals I had in mind prior getting into the next Titan house. I had goals of meeting with the business leaders of Nigeria. I had goals of developing myself personally and professionally, thereby becoming a role model to young entrepreneurs like me. I have a passion for my business. I have a passion for beautifying things and beings, thereby the involving of a fashion house in Abuja, which has a trademark of using African fabrics in combination with exotic fabrics to come out with very great outfits to be sold on monthly exhibitions to my clients. Regarding the show, I've learned so much on the show. I've learned a development of my leadership qualities, my self-discipline, patience, and all. I've been very involved in the tasks that we've had subsequently. I still have more room for improvement. So I would generally say that I enjoy the thrill of solving problems and profit making. So if you give me more time to be on the show, I won't put in my best into the show generally.
Great, thank you. Lola?
Thank you, sirs and madam. First, I just want to give you a brief background in terms of what I do. I'm an MD of a company called Blinks Lashes, which actually specializes in eyelashes in the cosmetics industry, an industry that we're aware that regardless of the recession or when things are going down, it is an industry that continues to grow due to the nature of a lot of women thinking beauty is a necessity and not a luxury. So I'm really passionate and dedicated. I took my brand from the UK into Nigeria by myself. I came here with limited contacts. I came here with pretty much just a vision, and then within the first 6 months of me being here, I managed to put my products by myself into up to 20 distribution channels without knowing anybody in Lagos. I think it just shows my fighter spirit, the fact that I'm a go-getter. I can be put in any situation, and I'll still definitely try my best to come out on top in as cliche as that sounds. Now, the impact that the show has had on me in terms of self-development, I've grown a lot. I've learned a lot of skills, down to presentations, down to reports, down to selling. We've done a lot of tasks, and we've been almost trained to think that impossible is definitely nothing. It's all good reading the Brian Tracy's and the Dale Carnegie, like reading books on self-development. But when you get in a situation, be able to apply what you've read into actual real business situations, I cannot put a value on what this show is doing. Even losing, it's something you take away, you realize what you've done wrong, you assess it, you see what the team did right, and you implement it straight away. I think I'm quite a fast learner, so when things do go wrong, I do try my best to implement it the correct way as soon as I have that information. So I would just plead with you to just save me and let me show you what more I can do on the show. I feel like I have so much more to give, and it would be a shame for me to leave now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I'm going to turn to my fellow judges. All right. Doctor?
I'll vote to save Lola.
Chris?
Yes. Chidima, I don't find you a leader. That was made very clear last week. Business is about leading. Lola, you get my vote.
Okay. Tanya?
Chidima fell on the sword
last time
and put herself out there. Sentimentally, that was a very brave thing to do. But I also noted that all her colleagues also put her up immediately. None of them chose to save her at that point in time. I would like to go for her, but unfortunately I'll go for Lola. But the reason being that I heard both of you, heard your pronunciations, heard what you want to do. And Lola came out a lot clearer and a lot more focused. So sentimentally I would go for you, but in reality, because this is this real life, I'll go with Lola.
Okay. So I go also along with what have been said. I think in terms of leadership, last week there was a dearth of leadership from Chidima. With that, I'd also go with Lola. Chidima, you are evicted.
And that's the end of the road for Chidima and her dreams of becoming the next Titan. For Lola OJ, the scale is tipped in her favor.
I feel bad. I feel very bad. I feel, you know, that I didn't get to the point I actually wanted to get to. I feel I didn't put in enough, you know, to call my best, because I know I actually do have it, but for some reason, every time I'm out there, I'm kind of nervous, you know, so it doesn't bring out the best of me. Anyways, I'll take it as a step of faith, and I believe I have greater abilities out there. I've learned a lot of things on the show regardless. I've learned self-discipline, I've learned patience, I've learned calling impossibility nothing, I've learned 1,000,001 things, I've learned having a global business mindset, I've learned 1,000,001 things I can't even count. For every time in my life, I'll always refer to the next Titan. It was a great platform for me, and I do appreciate it all the way. But I'm going to miss the girls, most especially. I'm going to miss this, I'm going to miss the platform, all of them. I'm going to miss the facts that we actually get from them.
The Next Titan is brought to you by MTN Business in association with IEI and Peak.
In today's business world, very few things are as important as protecting and preserving your critical data. Businesses need not just easy but reliable ways of keeping their information safe, a place where they are sure it can never be lost. MTN Backup as a Service enables you to back up your files and folders securely over the internet to a server in the MTN data center, which we refer to as the MTN Cloud. Now, no matter what happens, virus attack, system crash, flood, theft, or any unfortunate eventuality, your data is safe and secure in the MTN Cloud. In addition, MTN Backup as a Service has been developed to handle enterprise-level backup and restore to meet the needs of larger organizations. All you require is internet connectivity and an MTN Backup as a Service subscription. For more information, send an email to mtnbusiness@mtnnigeria.net or visit www.mtnbusiness.com.ng.
The pressure never ends in the boardroom. iMedia, the defeated team from this week's task, will suffer the loss of 2 members next week. Judge Booker, however, introduces a curious twist. The responsibility of saving one person and putting the other 4 on the list is given to members of iMedia. The higher you go in this challenge, the more burdensome the obstacles become.
Now, let's start the eviction row process for the MTN task. I'm going to add a twist to the rule. I want you would vote for one person from being evicted. And so at the end of that, what will happen is that the remaining 4 individuals will be up for eviction. Then the voters will save 1, and the judges will save 1. And the remaining 2 will leave the academy next week.
I would save Tobe, because during this task she was extremely, I felt her impact within this task. She contributed immensely to this task. Tobe.
Okay. Emeka?
I would say Lola, and my reason is because I felt that we needed a lot of contacts with like Samsung. She was one that made it work, and inside communication. So we got a lot of feedback which we used to write our make our tasks work and write our reports. So that's what I'm saying, Lola.
Tobe?
I would save Lola as well because even though I was mostly responsible for writing the go-to-market plan, she was the one person that was easiest for me to communicate to and get feedback from to basically build up the report. So that's why I save her.
Myself, I'm still going to save Lola. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Lola?
Tapechi.
Tapechi.
She did a great job on doing the market plan. And she was heavily involved in it, and she was easy, like she said, to work with. If there was any corrections, I could tell her about her taking it personal, like she made an error, and we'd sit together and just make some changes. So it was quite easy to work with on that.
Okay. How did we...
Well, we have Lola being given 3 votes and Tobe 2 votes. So
Lola
is
so Lola is saved. So Lola, you're saved. Now, the rest of you need to canvass for votes from the viewers so that you should get the highest vote so you can walk in to the boardroom next week saved. Or else you give yourself up to us to decide who should be saved. With that, I'd say thank you very much. Have a good weekend ahead. Cheers.
You're welcome.
Lola is safe, and that invariably makes her the star performer in the team, even though they lost this challenge. The other team members, Emeka, Jubril, Zion, and once again Tobechi, find themselves on the eviction list. 2 of them will be going home next week. It's up to their fans to save only 1 with their votes when the next boardroom convenes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of another episode and reached a critical point on the show. You need to keep voting to keep your favorite contestant in the academy. Simply text Titan, space the name of your favorite contestant to the number 33352. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at The Next Titan. From me, Matilda Obaseki, it's good night.
Next week, what would you do for 5 million naira and a brand new car? Watch as the remaining 9 hit the road again to bring home the money, as another 2 contenders are shown the way out of the competition. It's gonna be blood, toil, and sweat next week on The Next Titan.